Hello, everybody. This is the Daily Horizon View. The date today is the 7th of the 5th, 2009. This is our top fives for the ASX Exchange Traded Funds. Our spotlight today is OZR, which is the State Street Spider S&P ASX 200 Resources Fund. Moving on. Quick overview. A bit of a recovery after Donald Trump's tweet yesterday. We closed at 0.21% up, and that equated to 63.83 on the All Ordinaries. Materials, information, tech, utilities, consumer discretionary, energy, communication services, consumer staples all up. We had silver down, gold up marginally. Platinum was up. We had West Texas Intermediate crude oil up by 1.1%, and the rest were a little mixed. Okay, let's crack into our top 5 percentage rises. We had Triple O, QR, QAG, OZR, and Drug. So Triple O or OOO is the BetaShares Crude Oil Index ETF. That's currency hedged and synthetic. That was up by 2.98%, which equated to 50 cents on a volume of 4,500 shares traded today. So not bad volume for that one. We have our top 5 percentage falls. We saw Robo, RBTZ, Robots, Tech, Rent, ITW. So it was definitely a down day for all the tech ETFs. Robo is the ETF's Robo Global Robotics and Automation ETF. The index is comprised of companies involved in rapidly developing global robotics and automations industry. So we saw a percentage decline today of 1.48, and that equated to 90 cents on a volume of 4,500. So our top $5 rises, we had SPY, QR, IHVV, IJR, and IXJ. So SPY or SPY is the State Street Spider S&P 500 ETF trust. So that one tracks the S&P 500 index. That one has a market cap of roughly 31 million, and that will pay you a small dividend of 1.76%. We had a dollar rise today of $2.73, and that equated to 66%. We had a pretty low volume on that one because that is a small ETF, market cap wise, and volume of 500. So here are our top $5 falls. We had Robo, Tech, IJP, IHCB, ITW. So Robo is the ETF's Robo Global Robotics and Automation ETF, as mentioned before. So that was down 90 cents on a, I suppose, reasonable volume for this ETF of 4,500 shares traded. We had our top 5 number of trades. We're looking at STW, BAP, BAS, BGS, and IBB. For those who watch along, STW is the State Street Spider S&P ASX 500 fund, and that one's got a market cap of about $3.6 million. We had a tidy number of trades today, 330. Only a small movement in price for that one of 9 cents, which equated to 0.15%. Let's have a look at our volume. Expect to see the usual suspects here again. IOZ, STW, USD, QOZ, and C new. So IOZ is the iShares Core S&P ASX 200 ETF, and that one has a market cap of roughly $1.2 billion. So it's one of the bigger ETFs on the Australian market. And we saw a volume today of 384,600 shares traded. Slight increase in the value of the shares today of 6 cents, and that equated to 0.23%. Top 5 for value, expect to see some similar names here: STW, IOZ, AAA, VGS, and VAS. As mentioned before, State Street Spider is the S&P ASX 200 fund tracker. We had a value today of $17.7 million. So let's have a quick look at the ETF OZR, which is the State Street Spider S&P ASX 200 Resources Fund. So the ETF seeks to track closely before the fees and all the expenses, the returns of the S&P ASX 200 Resources Index. So it's designed to provide portfolios with low portfolio turnover, accurate tracking and low costs. So the index is comprised of listed Australian securities involved in the metals mining industry, broadly classified as aluminium, non-ferrous, salt and borate mining, phosphate rock mining, gold and precious metals, producers of iron and steel and related, and energy. So pretty much everything and anything is lumped into this one. So if it sits in the top 200, you've got it. Okay, we have a net asset value of $11.40, trading just above at $11.60. Pretty reasonable management fee of 0.5%. You'll get a dividend, which is semi-annually in January and July. Dividend currently is 2.76%. Unfranked, I think there's a bit of a bump up on the franking. It's a bit over 3. This ETF could be used by investors seeking to gain exposure to a diversified portfolio of 40 larger Australian mining companies without having to take the time or the effort to pick individual companies. So it's a good basket if you want to play the mining sector. I think the ETF is a relatively low cost and has performed pretty well over the last 5 years. Over the last 10 years, it's negative. So, you know, I think it reflects the cyclical nature of mining in general. For me, I wouldn't bother purchasing this ETF. I think there's better things out there. If you are interested in purchasing this one, as always, you need to do some further research. So have a look at QRE and MVR before you make any decisions. Look through this because I always forget. So let's have a quick look at top holding. Top 10, BHP, Rio, Woodside, Newcrest, South32, Origin, Fortescue, Santos, Oil Search, BlueScope Steel. Nothing scary there. So you can see returns there. So it's definitely it's performed the best over the last 3 years. But like as mentioned, mining is always very cyclical. So keep your eyes open to that. As we always mention, this is purely educational. We're not promoting any particular product or service here. We don't know your personal circumstances, so you need to do further research and or get some further advice. We are an information service. We're here to crack your financial sky. We're here to give encouragement, break down the barriers a bit and let you guys know that investing is actually not that hard. You just need the information, spend a bit of time, and gradually build your confidence. So hit me with a thumbs up, subscribe. Also, feel free to leave any comments. I love to read your comments, so don't be shy. Have a great day. Ciao.